What is up, guys? Raptor here. Today I'm going to be showing you a few tips and tricks, not really in order, not like a top 10 countdown, because there's not really any ranking to these tips and tricks. It's just sort of a tips and tricks video to help you get better at the game if you're a beginner. And if you already know these, good for you. You're already a skilled Apex Legends player. Alright, so without further ado, the first tip is essentially landing in a good zone. Alright, I'm not talking about landing the drop shots. You probably know these from other BR games. But places like the swamp, they have decent loot, and you're not going to get too many people going there. Um, we pretty much land there almost every game because it's pretty OP. And there are a lot of hidden locations in this game that you can find out. There's a lot of little caves in the edge of the maps and all that sort of stuff. So make sure you land there. Alright, so the second real tip, I guess, is kicking down doors. So what you want to do, you want to kick down doors instead of holding square to open them or tapping your action button, whatever it is. Because kicking them down is a lot faster, in my opinion, and if you kick them twice, or kicking is essentially meleeing a door, by the way. If you do it twice, it will completely demolish the door, meaning enemies can't lock you out or in, depending on where you are. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is weapons. So a few people are concerned about which is the best weapons, and I guess it's really up to you. Now, honestly, pistols I think are absolute garbage. I haven't used them that much though, so I can't really speak. Um, my favorite weapons at the moment are the G7 Scout Sniper Rifle. It's a semi-auto sniper rifle, and you may think it's trash. It's like, oh, this ain't good, because normally semi-auto snipers aren't good in other games. But this is amazing. It pops 50 damage to most people, does 100 headshots. Pretty good. There's some footage of me downing two people right here with it. Um, and I think that is my main primary weapon. If I see that, I drop whatever gun I have. The second gun I like to keep is the Peacekeeper Shotgun. Now, the Peacekeeper Shotgun is really good because it has a purple attachment you can find out in the world that essentially allows you to charge up your shots with it. So if you attach it to your shotgun and then you aim down sight while charging it up, you can essentially deal a lot more damage than you would just firing it. It is also very good for close range, and yeah, that's basically it for weapons. Now, third thing I want to talk to you about is escaping the zone slash catching up to enemies. So, say your enemies are pretty far away from you, or the zone's pretty far away, and you want to get there fast. One of the quickest ways to travel is gliding, but there's no redeploy in this game, so you're probably thinking, how can I do that? What's the point? If you go to one of them red balloons that floats in the sky, you can actually go to the bottom of it, climb up the zip line by holding your action button, and then once you reach the top, you automatically start gliding, and you can catch up really fast that way. Um, Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the down but not out state. Now, most of you probably know this due to the tutorial, but there's sort of three stages of downing in this game. So first of all, you get downed, your teammates can still revive you, and then eventually you might bleed out. So if you bleed out, don't worry, your teammate's not dead yet, okay? If you can get to their calling card, wipe out all the enemies nearby, you can actually pick up their calling card before it expires and take it to a revive station, and if you insert it there like I do in here, they will come back in a drop ship. Now, I think that's a pretty good deal. So like if you actually end up killing the enemies that down or ended your teammates, then you can revive your teammates. I think it's pretty good, and it has a timer, so it's not super OP, and it's sort of balanced out because it takes a while for them to spawn back in. Um, Another sort of tip for this game is you get the most XP by time played, okay? So if you're in a match and you're not very good at killing people, let's just say you still need to work on your aim a bit, just try and survive, hide, run if you have to. It's trust me, don't be ashamed. It gets you so much XP, you can level up, get all the cool gear you want to get. You know the drill. Make yourself look good before you get good. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, Now, another tip I wanted to tell you about is grenades. So most games grenades can't be chucked very far, but in this game they can go miles, and I'm talking miles, man. They can go so far, you can throw them so far, and there's essentially 3 or 4 types of grenades. There's the frag grenade, which is pretty basic, explodes when you chuck it. There's the Molotov type things, the incendiary. You chuck it, a burst of fire on the ground, damages enemies a lot, very useful. And then there's the Ninja Stars, which I really enjoy using because you chuck them, and if you hit the enemy, it does damage, and they also explode after a little while as well. So if you watch these 5 minutes, I've actually got another secret to tell you. Okay, you ready for this? Now, most of you may not know this. I don't know if you do, but the dropship that you land in actually can be found around the map. But before it actually lands around the map and the zip lines get deployed, you can actually see it flying around the map, and you can land on it when you first jump. And it actually has high tier loot. When you enter a new area, it will tell you the name of the area, and it will tell you what kind of loot it has, like mid tier, high tier, low tier, all that sort of stuff. And this is actually really helpful. It helps you figure out where the best places to land are, where other people are going to land, where other people are going to go, all that sort of stuff. Really gives you the advantage if you remember all the tiers of the different locations. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're already new with these tips, you are already an Apex legend anyway. Hope to see you in the next one. Raptor out.